Okay, Keith here. I wanted to go ahead and get started on a chord series too, in addition to our scale practice. So, there is a good place to start, and the first thing you got to do is learn the open string chords and some variations on those, and then you can get into some of the more advanced ones, drop two voicings as they call them, and whatnot. We'll do all the bar chords then. That'll be the second video, the second lesson. But, everybody starts with learning these open string chords. And the best thing to do is just show them to you. The first one everybody usually learns first is C, And this is the third finger, the second finger, the third string open, and the first finger of the first fret. And that's a C. And you want to make sure you can hear all the strings. There's a couple variations that you'll hear. A lot of folks, you'll see this C add 9. They'll take the pinky and they'll set it on the second string of the third fret. And it gets a real nice sound. You've probably heard that. I've taught and some people like to put the G on top too. They can do it like without that add 9. Or if you can teach yourself to bar the second string and the first string with your pinky, gets a nice sound like that. Some folks will finger it like this. This is the second finger, the first finger open, second string, third fret, and first string, third fret. So that's a C add 9 with the fifth on top. The other one off the C that you'll probably come across that you should learn is C7. And all you do is take the C and put your little finger there on the third string of the third fret. So that's what you got. So that's C7. So those are your C forms. The next thing everybody learns usually is D. D is a good one to learn first. And it can be a little tricky to get, like your first finger and your second finger has to go on the first string and the third string, and then the D note is on the second string with your third finger. And usually you can play the fourth string open, which of course is the D note. Gets that nice sound. You can also play the A. Some people like to do it like that, or it all depends what the song calls for. You hear this a lot. This is D suspended, where you put your pinky on the third fret of the first string and then lift it off. I'm sure you've heard that. And then they usually lift up their first finger, right, and get the opening and put So that's D. Let me see. I don't want to miss any. D minor. All you did is move the second finger to the first finger and then kind of re-fingered it. So you had this, and you switch your first and second finger around. That's D minor. You may come across D minor 7 in first position or open string position. Okay, it's just the open fourth string here on the second fret of the third string, and then you got to kind of bar, which sometimes can be challenging when you're first starting. So that's D minor 7. Okay, E minor. It's pretty easy. 2 and 3. You can play all the strings on the fifth string and fourth string. Sometimes I play it would get both of them with one finger, okay? So that's E minor. E minor 7 is you just lift up your third finger. So you're only fingering one note, which is right here on the fifth string of the second fret. Now, some folks, you may see this variation. They put the 7th here. So you can do it that way too, or like however the best way to finger it for you. Or some folks like to double the 7th. So whatever sound is best for what you're playing is the E minor. E minor 7. The next one is E major. So it's the same as E minor, you just put your first finger on the 3rd string of the 1st fret. So that's E. E7 is you lift up again your 3rd finger, it gives you that open, you can hit all the strings. Okay, again, the same variation for E minor and E major. This is E7. They'll play the 7th with their pinky right here on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, or 2nd string, I'm sorry. Some folks will play, I usually grab it like this. I get both of these with my 2nd finger, which can be challenging if you have a guitar where the action is a little high. So either way, or just like whatever you want there. So that's usually the E variations. Once in a while you'll come across E6th. Just put a C sharp in there on the 2nd string, the 2nd fret. It's kind of a nice, pretty sound. So you probably won't use that too much in open position. Of course, the next one's F. There's a lot of variations on F that you want to learn first. So F is probably the most challenging one to learn first, because you got to bar these two, and then you got to get this finger up and kind of in, you know? So this doesn't mute this, so you got to kind of slant your hand back that way a little bit if you're first learning this. But there's a lot of variations off this once you get it. Now you usually only want to play the bottom 4. The A is in it if they want the 3rd on the bass, but usually when you're learning this, it'll just be the top 4 strings. To make it minor, you just lift up your 2nd finger and you bar these 3. So you may come across that. F minor 7 is pretty easy, just bar the bottom 4. Some folks will play it like this. They'll put the 7th here on the 2nd string. Gives you that nice dissonance on the 1st. So experiment with them all. That's F minor 7. F6 you'll come across every once in a while. Okay. You just put your little finger on the 2nd string of the 3rd fret. So that's an F6, and you're only playing the bottom 4 strings. F major 7 is you just lift up, the 1st string is open. Instead of barring these 2, you're going to go ahead. Okay, and then you may come across to F add 9. Just put your pinky on the G on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. So F add 9. Okay. G is pretty standard. You can hit all the strings. I finger it like that. You'll see it fingered like that. Some people finger it like this. I mean, learn both ways. Some folks will play a D in it, like that, and let the E ring open, or they'll add the G on top, which is in there, but then they put the D in the voicing there. Okay, this is actually kind of a G6, but most folks play it like that because they like that sound. Same here, you can do it like this. This is how a lot of folks grab it, but then they'll bar with this. So that's the G. A couple different variations. A minor, of course, and you're going to play the bottom 5 strings, or the top 5 strings, however you think of it. Okay. A minor 7, again, is just lift up your 3rd finger. And some folks will put the 7th, you can put it on top too, depending upon what sounds you need. So that's your A minor 7, you'll come across that. And A minor. 2, 2, 3, 1, open, and then 5th string open. Okay. A, there's a lot of ways to finger this. I generally just grab it with my 2nd finger, and you're barring the 2nd string, the 3rd string, and the 4th string, and playing the 5th string open. Some people play it like this. They'll get these 2 and that one there, or some people play it like this. When they do this, some people play it like that so they can like that, but I play it like this. Okay, that's A. A suspended, you just add the third fret of the second string, however you can bar it. So these two and here and this open. It usually goes from there. Like I say, if you remember the old tune Fire and Rain, that's basically the lick they use. So you have to pretty much finger it with 3 fingers. But if you're just grabbing an A, that usually works pretty good. Then A7, just lift up. You're just going to play the 4th string, 3rd string open, 2nd string, 2nd fret, and the 1st string open. Again, you can play the 7th on the top string, which is the 3rd fret, G, so whichever voicing you like. There it's with every note present. Here it's with double in the 7th. Okay. You may run across B flat in the 1st position. So it's 1, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, all on the 3rd fret. And there's some better ways to play this with bar chords, which is what we'll get into next, but I wanted to go over the open string positions first. Okay. Then the last one, I don't think I missed, maybe I might have missed one, is B7. So you have 2, 1, 3, with on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, open 2nd string, and 2nd fret of the 1st string. So all these are on the 2nd fret, and this is on the 1st fret of the 4th string. So B7. So there you have it. So, you know, the basic ones, C, make sure you get your C, your D, your E, F, G, A, B7, and then C, and then go through, get the minors, all the other ones, F minor, you know, and that'll give you all the open string chords. So hopefully that helped you if you're just starting out, and you know, if you have any questions, just ask down below or please hit subscribe. All right, talk to you later. This is Keith. Thanks for watching.